Alright, Kimbo White here. I wanted to talk about a few things about StrikeForce event the other night. And I'm going to try to get at my UFC 116 picks tonight. Like everybody, having a real hard time thinking about the main event so much that I've even thought about sitting out on the prediction, but I'm going to make one and I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to put him up tonight. So, the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video was the StrikeForce event the other night. You know, of course, Fedor losing. But I think the thing that we need to start talking about, rather than Fedor losing, I mean, everybody's made their Fedor loss videos, and we've got it out of our systems now. Fedor, he's lost. We can get over it. And we need to start phrasing it differently. Everyone needs to start talking about the fact that Fabricio Verdum won. And that is, you know, the fact that Fedor lost is taking, you know, Verdum doesn't want the spotlight, but still, he deserves it. He's the man that's beat the man. We can't keep focusing on the fact Fedor lost when, you know, Verdum's the man next in line for the title now. I know that a lot of guys here on YouTube, you know, feel like StrikeForce won't even put the Verdum Overeem fight together yet. They feel like it's going to be Fedor and Verdum too. But, you know, that would be really bad if that happened for Verdum, because, you know, Verdum's been a top 5 heavyweights in the world for a long time, whether he was ranked there or not. You know, the guy obviously, look how fast took Fedor out. Not only did he take the guy out, but he locked that triangle choke on and twisted that arm and took his ass out fast. Within, I think, 2 minutes. Maybe, you know, it might have been 3 minutes, but it was first round and it was unreal. So we got to give this guy a lot of credit, man. I mean, he is just awesome jiu-jitsu practitioner, and no doubt in my mind that he could do the same thing to Overeem if he had the chance. I do think Overeem presents a lot of problems, just like Fedor did for Verdum. But, you know, I save all that for another video, too. You know, the big story of the night, too, Frank Shamrock retiring, and for some odd reason, it feels like to me like this is just some type of build-up to Frank Shamrock return. Okay, so I don't know. That's just my take on it. And the other big story of the night, Cuddles, Iron Chin, Blondie. I don't even remember her name, but I'd really like to see her fight Gina Carano. Jen Finney, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but yeah, Jen Finney. I would really like to see her and Gina Carano get down. This would really be something. But I really think Finney have a chance of taking Carano. But Carano's much more technical, but Finney is just a brawler. I mean, you want to talk about a lady who is a brawler, iron chin, punch throwing like a man. I mean, she was a good matchup for Cyborg. Just Cyborg, man, she's just, you know, she's like a mix of Carano and Cuddles. To me, she is technical, and she's got that, just that brutal, beat you down mentality that Carano lacked, in, you know, when she fought her. And to be real honest, Finney has the eye of the tiger, and you know, she's got that brutal mentality, but then she lacks the technical aspects that Gina brought to the cage. Now, Gina was able to last longer because she danced around and used her. She's one of the best boxers in MMA, men or women. You're not going to find a whole lot of better boxers than Gina Carano. That girl can move her feet and throw her hands. So I'd really love to see Carano and Cuddles. That would just be great. I pretty well had a feeling that, you know, Scott Smith, really, to be real honest, should have got finished the last time. And we all know how tough he is, and he can get beat on and beat on and beat on all night long. But, you know, those kicks from Cumley are just brutal. They're amazing. And Yeah, I was surprised last time when, I mean, there was 2 or 3 times when he thought Sheriff Smith was down. So, I had a feeling that Ring Rust gone, been in the gym, been being serious, not making movies. And I really kind of had a feeling Cumley was going to come out and game this time, and he did. Brutal back spin kick to the ribs. So, kind of felt bad for Scott Smith because I really like Scott Smith. But Scott Smith, people have talked about it a million times. The guy doesn't move his head. He doesn't change levels. He really has shit for footwork. He's just a guy with a lot of fucking heart and some stone fists that comes out there, and an iron jaw as well. And he just comes out. He takes a beating and he does his best to give one. But the guy's lacking a lot of things in his boxing game. That somebody, if you get Freddie Roach with Scott Smith, I'd say in a year or two, man, Scott Smith would be a real force to be reckoned with. But the guy needs some stand-up, some boxing training. And, I really don't even know what Scott Smith's ground game's like because they put him in there with other brawlers all the time. So, StrikeForce. The other thing that really bothers me is that they seem to keep doing these little cheesy things. Like Jimmy Lennon Jr., the little titles he has for every fighter that comes out really bugs the hell out of me. Scott Smith is now the knockout artist and the comeback phenom. Every fighter that comes out is the submission specialist, the MMA veteran that I've never even heard of, the back alley brawler, the blah, 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 blah. For us MMA fans, especially us guys that have been watching for a long time, that really just kind of makes it seem kind of cheesy. They don't need those unreal titles. These guys are human just like every other fighter in the world that's going to walk into the cage. And not only that, overall StrikeForce, they have some really good fighters now. But to sit and put their fighters on a pedestal like they seem like they try to do, and I know Dana does it too, but you don't hear every time Dana's fighters come to the ring that they are the knockout artist, or the comeback phenom. It's ridiculous. And the other thing that still just really bothers me, and I just, there's some people on YouTube here that brought it to my attention before, and I had realized it before that, but ever since the brawl occurred, and the statements that he made then, and even, before that, Gus Johnson has bothered me so badly that, I think, be real honest, Mauro Ranallo isn't the worst in the world, At least the guy talks like he knows something about MMA. And Pat Miletich, Frank Shamrock, them guys. Mayhem Miller was good. I liked hearing him commentate. Why can't we just take those guys and get Gus Johnson out of the picture? Give the guy a desk job, some paperwork, I don't know, something. So those are my thoughts on the StrikeForce event. And I'm going to get the UFC 16 picks up. So, been the last word with Kimbo White.